yesterday we talked about why eating late can be a detriment, especially if you're trying to lose weight. We also went off to the side and said if it was a high carb, a high sugar meal that breaks down to glucose in the body, that can cause what's called advanced glycation end products, and that can damage your tissue or prematurely age your tissue. But there's another aspect for this, and this is beyond just the weight aspect of it. This is the wellness side. This is another reason why you might want to also consider eating less later. Perhaps making dinner be the meal you skip. Perhaps making dinner the smaller meal, even though I know with our schedules and our life and our culture, dinner is generally the biggest meal. And then people have that comfort food at night with dessert and everything like that. I know it's not fair. I know it's not, but the facts are the facts. It can lead to a detriment in the body. And the understanding of this one right here has to do more with a deeper understanding of nutrition. Biochemistry. Essentially, when we eat foods, and I've been hearing this from different sources for years and years and been implementing it more and more, my understanding of it, when we eat food, that food basically breaks down to electrons in the body. Electrons that go into something called the electron transport chain in our mitochondria. Now, our mitochondria are the cellular, they call them the powerhouse to the body. Virtually every tissue in the body, not all of them, but almost all of them are run by mitochondria. They provide energy. Not just energy in the sense of I'm up and I'm moving, I have energy, or energy to contract a muscle and do work, but literally energy to power all of the functions in our body, all of the organs. The heart needs energy to work. The kidneys need energy to work. Think of them, it's like these little power plants that power, provide energy, provide that spark to make us live and make us keep functioning. So as you can imagine, we want to keep those mitochondria robust, healthy, and functioning. Listen to this though. If we eat closer and closer to bedtime, all of a sudden our energy demands almost on every level start to dissipate, as we talked about yesterday. But this has to do now with the mitochondria. The mitochondria now, because of that, they start to have a backup. All that fuel that you put in is still being flooded into the mitochondria, and they're trying to produce energy, but there's not as much of a need anymore. So there's other hang-ups in the biochemistry chain right there, but all of a sudden, in the mitochondria, there starts to be a backup of those electrons. They start to leak out. Those become what's known as free radicals, which you've probably heard of before, or oxidants. You know, we hear of antioxidants being such good things, and we want to get rid of the free radicals and oxidative stress. This is a prime way that it happens. You start to eat too close to bedtime, you have less energy demands, and all of a sudden, at the cellular level, you start to create more oxidants than your body could handle, the antioxidants. It's an imbalance. There's too much oxidation, not enough antioxidation. A lot of people call this the redox potential too. We start to outweigh that. As they start to back up and it's over-oxidation, it's winning the balance between the oxidation and antioxidation, now we start to see tissue damage. Like we said, the mitochondria almost everywhere in the body. So anywhere these mitochondria are, they can start to damage those mitochondria, damage the tissue that they're in. Again, some of the thickest concentration of mitochondria in the body. Your heart and your brain might want to protect those. Our muscles as well, all throughout the body. So we want to make sure we don't allow that to back up. Because once they start to back up and damage those mitochondria, now there's damaged mitochondria. And now we start to see some of the signs of aging. And I know anti-aging is a huge thing as well. People are recognizing this as one of the mechanisms behind why intermittent fasting and time-restricted eating can work as an anti-aging strategy. Slow down that inevitable decline. You know, we can't stop our chronological aging, but the biological aging can be modified, and this is one way to do it. Alter your feeding habits. Don't go so heavy at night. It's not just about the weight gain, but like we said, it starts to cause that oxidative stress at the cellular level, the mitochondrial level. Now we start to get cell damage, tissue damage at the microscopic level. But as that accumulates, we start to see dysfunction at these areas. Mitochondrial disease, mitochondrial dysfunction. Look that stuff up. It's fascinating. Dr. Doug Wallace, out of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. He's one of the pioneer researchers on this stuff. Look him up. Listen to some podcasts on him. Fascinating stuff. We want to protect those mitochondria because they are the essence of all of our function, all of our energy to keep us alive. And eating too late can cause them to become damaged. Too much damaged tissue, accelerated aging. So another reason why I want to consider adjusting that eating window.